Urban legends often come with skepticism, but sometimes these stories turn out to be true. Have a look at these 5 terrifying urban legends that actually happened in real life. Charlie No Face. Imagine ending up outside and alone in obscurity on a private road. You hear strides drawing nearer. Unexpectedly, a man with a distorted face shows up. You run, frightened beyond words. You spread the narrative of the man with no face all through Pennsylvania. Charlie No Face, additionally called the Green Man, was really a man named Ray Robinson, and he was no invention of anybody's creative mind. Born in 1910, Robinson was distorted as the after effect of an electrical mishap at 8 years old. He contacted dynamic wires which adequately injured him. Realizing his appearance could be perturbing, Robinson went for strolls in the evening. He regularly strolled away along Route 351 in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. While his aims were respectable, experiencing Robinson in the dead of the night unavoidably prompted spreading anecdotes about a boogeyman frequenting the town. Robinson died in 1985. Bunny Man. On the off chance that you lived in or around Virginia during the 1970s, you were presumably presented to the account of the Bunny Man. In the story, a got-away from mental patient takes to gutting rabbits and balancing them from an extension underpass. Afterward, the neurotic is said to have graduated to gutting and balancing teenagers likewise. Local people were forewarned to never be gotten close to the underpass, which is presently referred to the vast majority as Rabbit Man Bridge on Halloween night. This story probably brought forth from the genuine presence of a wandering maniac nearby. In October 1970, a couple revealed seeing a man wearing a white suit and wearing rabbit ears who started hollering at them that they were on private property. To accentuate his point, he tossed an axe at their windscreen, obviously breaking it. There was a second sighting of Bunny Man 14 days after the fact when a safety officer recognized an axe-using man working on a yacht railing. Police attempted ineffectively to find the man. While he didn't harm anybody, the prospect of a grown-up employing both an axe and a couple of bunny ears somehow manages to be just as disturbing. Fake cop. You may have had an excessively concerned parent or companion caution you of individuals imitating cops, utilizing that facade of power to assault casualties who have let their guard down. While there aren't many who are in full patrol uniform or traveling in marked vehicles, there have been many documented cases of assailants posing as law enforcement. In Bloomington, Illinois, a man utilized flashlights to get a vehicle to pull over. Subsequent to approaching the vehicle, the man attempted fruitlessly to overwhelm the driver before they figured out how to move away. In Fayetteville, Georgia, a man wore a uniform and pulled over a young kid on a bicycle, constraining him to exhaust his pockets. Conversing with the real police later, the kid disclosed to them a subsequent vehicle had pulled up with a man coordinating with the depiction of somebody who had been found imitating an officer. Maine Hermit. For quite a long time, individuals who travel in Focal Maine's North Pond region were confused by things that would disappear: batteries and food from lodges, spotlights from setting up camp tents. Rumors spread that a permanent fixture of the area would forage for subsistence and supplies. They were correct. For a very long time, Christopher Knight lived alone in the forested areas, watching the climbers, canoeists, and other temporary inhabitants of the grounds. At the point when he was faced by a wildlife superintendent in 2013, Knight admitted he was responsible for an average of around 40 robberies a year. Despite the likely protestations of family and friends who dismissed tales of a hermit lurking somewhere in the woods, his identification proved that someone had been watching and waiting for nearly 3 decades. The body under the bed. Traveling couples, lovebirds, Disneyland visitors all have been subject of a metropolitan legend, including inn inhabitants who fall happily to rest just to awaken to a terrible odor coming from either under the bed or inside the bedding. Closer inspection reveals that a dead body has been stashed away, presumably not anyone who has died of natural causes. This voyaging story has been affirmed on various occasions over. At least a dozen newspaper stories have detailed hotel rooms that have doubled as body disposable sites. While the smell is usually apparent right away, at least one couple slept on a mattress containing a body in Atlantic City in 1999. Cases in Colorado, Florida, and Virginia have also been reported. In 2010, visitors at a budget lodge in Memphis were appalled to find that they had been sleeping above the body of Sonny Millbrook, a missing person. Fabric softener had been stuffed in the ceiling tiles to try to mask the smell. At least 3 other occupants had also rented the room since Millbrook's disappearance. A court eventually convicted Millbrook's boyfriend, Lakeith Moody, of the crime. So the next time you hear about a new urban legend, try researching it. You never know, it might be true.